Okay. Calling this ordinance committee meeting for June 12th, in order at 6:30 p.m. 13th, I'm sorry. All members of the committee are present, along with Councilman Schmidt, Councilman Hammett, and also the administration, the mayor, our law director, Chief Building Officer Ben, and Finance Director Caroline Schindel. And our fire marshal. Okay. Tonight's agenda is the discussion of the ordinance for electric charging stations that are not residential. And with that, I believe, thumbs up for a minute.
Yeah, Paul's been doing a little more work than I have, but we have some concerns, and Paul's been going to meetings with other community fire departments, and they all want to try to get on the same page. And Paul's going to present it to you. I'm in full support of, like the actions that he would like to present. Or the changes that we would. But Paul will probably discuss it more.
Turn it over to our fire marshal.
All right, thank you, everybody. So the purpose of this chapter we added into the fire prevention code is to kind of help us get a little front of the fire code and the building code. There's nothing in the fire code right now in regards to EV chargers. So Captain Cocab in Willoughby, he wrote a white letter, a request from the state fire marshal's office. And so that's kind of, it's an amendment to the fire code, so it gets added by the state fire marshal to be posted and to all the communities throughout the state. And I think it's important for the businesses, the residents, the fire department, the community together, so we can all have something that's going to be the same. All the safety things are written into this. About parking spaces, emergency disconnects. I think we're going to start seeing kiosks being brought into the communities where people can just tap their credit cards and plug their cards in and go shop in the Walmart for a half hour. We don't have any way to secure these devices. Put us at risk at the fire department, and definitely is for the residents. It's kind of hard to put an electrical wire out when you can't control the power that's going to these cars. I don't know if you guys have watched any of these videos on EV charging, the new lithium batteries. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 days for these batteries to completely cool down. And fire departments are using thousands and thousands of gallons for that car fire. So there's a lot of things in this proposal that going to make all the community or the commercial, on the commercial side of things, they're going to have designated parking spots, signage, emergency shut-off valves, fire extinguishers, kind of just like it would be at a school distribution center. I'm open for questions. I hope everybody got enough information. I'm not sure if everybody knows the types of chargers that are available for EV cars. The level 1s are residential. You kind of put those into a regular outlet. Those are residential. And there's also level 2 and a level 3. Level 2 is going to be for like single homes, or they can be for fleet, be public use. But the ones that are really bad are the level 3. Those are run on DC current, so they have a higher voltage. And, those are gonna be for like the public and the fleet. Those are the ones that are gonna charge the fastest. The low voltage.
I just want to add that we've already gotten a few calls from, some places about adding these to their parking lots. And, right now, with the way it's set up, like Paul's saying, you know, where do we put it? How many spaces do we block off with it? So the fire department, or any fire rescue can get there. And with the signage and giving them so many parking spaces, if they have to really put it there. I know I got the call to Walgreens, not them, but a private person wanted to put one at Walgreens. It's like, well, where do you want to put it? You know, they just want to stick it in. They don't have any concerns because their idea is just put it up and make money and charge it. So we really don't have anything to support it. So, and that's what Paul and the other fire departments are trying to accomplish, to be ahead of the curve on this. I think it's a great idea.
This year, like Macedonia, it's got like 6 Tesla stations off 82, or Willowwood, I think they're going to put a bunch of Tesla ones in too, or shortly.
As far as I know, I'm not sure if Willick has passed any ordinances or any,
I heard that's what they were going to do. But, and Macedonia's been there for years, probably a year or two.
oh, like at their Tesla dealership.
No, except that's Plaza off 82, we're up the highway, there's like 6 or 8 of them there. That are superchargers for Tesla.
Well, I know the B&W place on Willoughby on 20th there by Andrews, so they have a couple stations out front of their dealership.
Ford GM are not using Tesla infrastructure.
Goes all over there.
You know, I don't know about that electrify America, probably not.
I know Mentor's found them around the Class 6 campus. I believe Willoughby Hills might also have one there by their Lexus up that way.
I think they're just their use for their.
A lot of them are for the customers to pull up and they can charge while they're inside shopping, or I don't know if they would, maybe they charge their vehicles before they leave, but all the fire prevention officers that I've been talking to, there's no outside emergency shut-off. You have to go into the structure a couple hundred feet away from the front door even, you know, from the back where all the electrical panels are. And there is a disconnect, but it's not an emergency disconnect like this would require.
Marshall, we talked to the Mentors because I know Myers, and it's out further in the parking lot, they have like 5 stations. Where you go into the grocery store, they have 5 out into the parking lot. But I mean, I really have to pay attention because I don't like the car.
Right, I don't believe those have any like designated parking spaces or, you know, like emergency shut-offs. I think that's why I'm seeing the Northeast Ohio Fire Prevention group pushing this stuff back.
Yeah, because I think Nowaka and NOTEC are, I think NOTEC putting out grants, I think that's all
Yeah.
what actually did.
Right, and I believe part of the federal transportation infrastructure has a lot of EV charging stations.
Yeah, because I don't think.
I don't know if we fall into that or not on the interstate.
Yeah, I haven't had any requests from the office on the dates that you can get something like that. I'm just gonna look at them.
I look at that, it looks like they could have designated parking spots
Oh, did it?
in the ordinance,
Okay.
so I'm sure it's probably the Myers that.
Well, Mentor did get an ordinance through too.
Yeah, I think Randy, I'll forward it to you, Mario, we just Randy sent like now.
It was just passed again last year.
Okay.
Now.
One other question, with emergency shut-off, is that something that can be secured, you know, like fire departments, like everyone has a certain key or something? Something like that.
It's kind of the same.
With the resistance to, electrified cars, and I
mean, it would be in the same vicinity, I guess. It would have to be outside, like, where you can see it.
If you see what
Kind of like,
people are walking the shop.
people do that at fuel, at, no.
It's good on electric cars. Or at least.
The gas pump
future.
closed, they use their one.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
they analyze those things right now, so I'm sure people show them.
I mean, that's gonna happen no matter what. I mean,
We will make sure by code that the shut off will be installed for, with the electric codes that we have now. But we will follow the electric code as they are now. We're hoping to adopt a stronger electric code dealing with these in another year or so. But right now, if we're getting calls, once one goes up, you're gonna see more.
I have two questions for you. My first question is when we have these, commercial traffic, these are going to require any additional specialized, equipment or anything from the fire department?
no, we don't have to add any equipment to our vehicles.
In order to put them out if there's an issue, I'm asking.
No.
Okay. My second question for both of you would be, are there any plans to address, residential charges at some point in the future?
First of all, my office, is only on the commercial side, unless I'm requested to go in and do a home inspection.
Yeah, the national electric code, does address. We've had, one that I know about, a year ago, and, it was done professionally and properly, it didn't shut off. The thing is, these car dealers are also selling to the homeowner, if you buy my car, we'll go and install this at your house for buying a car. And one concern I have with all this, they don't care what the electric main panel holds, they just want to sell the car and, customers here are free, they're like, oh, sure, that sounds great. And then when we get there, we might have some problems here. And then in the end, it costs them a lot more money because they have to upgrade their system.
So, Mr. Bennett, currently then in our ordinances, it does address the EV chargers and the level one falling under your purview, so you can go in there and make sure that
We
the
thought
box
the
is.
national electric code, because it's a building permit.
Okay.
So then, where Paul is saying, the fire marshal's on the commercial side, and then we do all the residential. We also do commercial, so if someone putting a new one in, I would want plans for it. And then I submit the plans for Paul to look over and see if he's comfortable with it. And then I look at it.
Makes sense. My second question to you would be, you started to say that somebody took a look at possibly putting one in at Walgreens. So I know they are looking at like, are they doing surcharges? Are they charging for the electricity? How is that working with no tax, things like that?
Someone is making money.
Well, that's what I'm concerned about, thinking ahead. I'm concerned about if we start letting people just come in and start putting up wherever and making that money, are we going to eventually have to legislate how many are going to be all over the place? Like, is that something that we're going to have to eventually look at? Like, are we going to cap it off so that you don't have these things all over? You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
It could be, but I think if that would happen, I would always come back to you and say, just like any other business, they start popping up all the time. And say, hey, we really want to address it.
Right.
I don't think we're going to get a crazy amount of them, but we just got to make sure we have some kind of legislation that helps support Paul.
Right.
And with these
going to put one in the city, we're gonna give you that ability, but we're gonna have a surcharge and it's gonna come to the city. So that's why I was.
Well, we did probably part of the permitting process.
Right. Yeah, Arizona was doing that, I'm curious about that. Okay, perfect, thank you.
Any other questions? I agree, we should move it forward.
So, moving forward, is this gonna go to like, 3 readings, or is it gonna be passed on an emergency basis, where it's, expedited, where it's not sitting around for the whole summer?
Yeah, as long as we get the legislation, we can do it at the next meeting.
What's that, I can hear you.
As long as we get the legislation, we can do it at the next meeting.
And we need 5 votes, is that correct, to do an emergency vote?
We can be 6 and 5, so you need to wait for reading for 3 meetings, and then you need the emergency for those 30 days, so as long as we have 6, we're good.
6 votes. Okay,
To get it done quickly.
okay.
Thank you.
Do I have the model that you want to use, though, because all I have is the vendor that I, nothing else, I don't think I have a call.
Are you sending it then?
That's whatever you said was what I use.
Yeah.
Okay, so as long as we get it for the next meeting, we can report.
I think it's better we get ahead of it.
Alrighty. Anything else? Okay. Here now comes the recognition of the public. We have, now time for recognition of the public. We have half-hour total 3 minutes per person here. All comments will be directed toward the chair, and that includes personalities. Is there anybody that wishes to speak on this subject? Seeing none, this will conclude the meeting. The meeting is adjourned at 6:48 p.m.
Thanks for your time.
All in this council has a full committee meeting order June 16th, or June 13th, 2023, at 7 p.m. Attendance from council are all members, and all members of administration are in attendance. If anybody recording this meeting is a courtesy to the public, please identify yourself so that the following attendees know that they're being recorded. Being none, the city of East Lake is recording this meeting. Legislation proposed. First, we have 061301, ordinance to appropriate for the expenses of the city of East Lake, Ohio, for the period beginning January 1, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2023, declaring an emergency.
Thank you. The general fund pluses and minuses are equal zero, so we're not changing the general fund financial budget for the year. The special revenue fund, we have some additional state grant money, so we're just asking permission to spend that. And unfortunately, we will be receiving some more insurance proceeds for some various incidents. So we just like permission to expend that. So special revenue, the money is coming in and will match that, whereas the general fund nets to zero.
Is there any questions? Seeing none, next we have 061302. Resolution authorizing director, the mayor and director of finance to purchase a 2023 Ford Super Duty F-250 SRW F-2B XL 4WD river cab 8-foot truck from Classic Fleet for the total amount of $46,522 and declaring an emergency. Mayor?
This is the borrowed couple 2.5 years ago. The truck finally came in from Classic, so most of the insurance is paying for it. So, but this is a truck we've been waiting for 2.5 years.
Any questions for the mayor? Seeing none, next 061303, ordinance amending charter 155, employment provisions and compensation of the codified ordinance of the city of East Lake to read as such and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. There's a lot of cleanup in here, such as tables with positions that we no longer have employed. Starting rates of $8.30 for including the week state minimum price cost. So we've done some cleanup. We've removed some of the jobs that we don't have. We've increased the minimum pay to be something that at least is paid by the state. There's some spelling errors that were fixed in here. Some paragraphs were deleted because they were obsolete. It's just a general cleanup overall. Any questions?
Any questions from the show? Seeing none, on to 061304. A resolution repealing and replacing ordinance 2023-029 with this item clarifying that there is unpaid bills, shore structure, permit, and engineering costs owed to the city of East Lake, authorizing and directing the Lake County auditor to place these bills on tax duplicate for collection of payment and declaring an emergency condition.
This was the repair bill to the down in Galilee, did an ordinance that apparently addresses 3, but also 2 years. So Carol had talked to the auditor, they want us to correct this.
Any questions for Planner? Seeing none. Next we have 061305. Resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the city of Willoughby for implementing the payment procedure for the Willoughby East Lake WPCC filter press replacement project and declaring emergency.
Thank you, Mr. President. If I may, 050607, similar resolutions and ordinances whenever we go into the WPCC will be passing an ordinance and resolutions regarding how these are paid for. First two are 5 and 6, and so the belt filter press is coming in, and then ordinance 06 is the loan payment, so that'll be split 50-50. Similarly, 07 and 08 concerning the water line coming into the WPCC, and that also speaks to the how the cost for the water line will be handled, and then how the loan and that water line will be split. So that's what those are all.
Any questions for the city engineer? On any of these upcoming items? Seeing none, move on. 061306, ordinance amending WPCC agreement to now include the 16th Amendment, which pertains to Section 5, flow split, operation and maintenance costs, and equipment replacement funds. And this will allow it to read as such, declaring an emergency.
That's the along with the health press.
This is 061307. A resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into agreement with the city of Logan to implement a payment procedure for the Logan East Lake WPCC water main replacement project and declaring an emergency.
That's approval for the cost of the whole project. And splits.
And next we have 061308, an ordinance amending the WPCC agreement to now include the 17th Amendment, which pertains to Section 5. Flow split, operation and maintenance costs, and equipment replacement funds. This will allow it to be read as such, declaring an emergency.
And that concerns the one payment.
Again, do you have any questions on this? Seeing none, there's no legislation pending, and no miscellaneous. We have swearing in by the fire department chief.
Come on up, Joe. I'll say the words first. Evening, everybody. Appreciate you coming in today. First, I want to congratulate the new police officers. They're going to get sworn in tonight. Maybe for those that don't know, there's a very long and present history of our relationship between the police and fire departments. We value that very, very much. And so I look forward as they start their careers that we continue to do that. Again, it makes us a better community when police and fire work so well together. So I'd like to introduce, this is Joe DeFranco. He's a new member of the East Lake Fire Department here, and I've got a couple words about Joe. First of all, I want to thank council for letting us have the ceremony at their council meeting. Tonight is the culmination of actually a pretty long process for our candidates. We started back in March. If you don't follow the news, we don't get tons of people taking fire tests anymore. So when we do get candidates that come through, I feel like they get more scrutinized just because we just don't have the pool out there. So we have to kind of watch what we're doing. I'll tell you, with Joe, the one thing that kind of stood out to us especially when we started interviewing, is his maturity level. Joe just turned 21, so we had to wait to hire Joe so he could turn 21. So he's a very young man, however, with his initiative, the way that he actually interviewed, the things that he had to say, how he carries himself, really stood out to us that he actually was put very well into the East Lake Fire Department. Joe comes to us with some work history, all part-time, however, he's had some experiences in the fire department. Obviously, he's going through the process now, learning how we do things in the East Lake Fire Department. If I had one thing to say about Joe that we really had to overcome, for us that bleed orange and black, he's a South grad. But we worked very hard. Oh, yeah. There's always one in the crowd. I just joke a lot. So I really, I think that with all the work that you guys have to go through with the testing, we send them to get physicals, they get to do polygraphs, we do interviewing with them. We really put them through a lot just to get to this point. And I normally, as we go through this, I get tons of good, I actually heard, when we sent Joe to the polygraph, the polygrapher called me, he really had a lot of nice things to say about Joe. And sometimes polygraphers, they're pretty, straightforward kind of guys. So it's a tribute to Joe, the kind of person he is, the kind of man he is. We most certainly are very glad that he's with us. We hope that he has a long career. We're going to do everything that we can to make sure that he has that great career. I appreciate everything he's done to get us to this point to want to be a member of the East Lake Fire Department. So congratulations, Joe. Now let's introduce.
paramedic, firefighter, paramedic, for the city of East Lake, timeline, for the term beginning, June 5, 2023, 2024. You're my continuing in office. My continuance in office. Congratulations.
So I'm gonna let his grandpa put his tag on. Joe's not gonna walk away without being able to introduce everybody here to support him. I think, if you're married to a police officer or a firefighter, our families get committed to this job, whether we want them to or not. It's an unfortunate part of what we do that somehow we end up getting our families involved in our jobs a little bit. So, again, as much as we're hiring Joe, not all of you guys are part of this. So Joe, why don't you take a second to introduce everybody that's here for you today?
My retired grandfather is a former cop and I'm the fireman, so I chose the right side. This is my grandmother. Sitting there is my lovely girlfriend Emily. That's my aunt Christina. That's my cousin Ronnie. That's my aunt Carly. My cousin Sophia. That's a local. Mr. Scavarca. Uncle Ronnie. Aunt Chris. Uncle Dave. I think I got everything.
Yeah, congratulations. We'll be over there, Joe, we can take you around the fire station and show you around, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'll go over quite as much of the background. Chief Whittington went over that. Safety forces are very similar with the setup. We do a lot of polygraph backgrounds, and we, as the fire chief said, the pool may not be as deep, but we have been getting a lot of good candidates, and we've hired, in the last 5 years, I think we've hired like 13 people, which is a lot, including 5 in the last year. These two are part of a nice young group that we got, and just really been pleased with what we've been drawing from. And I'll start with Adam here. He came to us from Erie County Sheriff's Department out here in Sandusky. He worked there for a little under a year. One of his good friends, Eamon, worked with us. They both live on the west side. But when you start getting people recommended by people that are working for you, it's showing that from the mayor on down, we're doing something that is seems to be catching on. We got a lot of young guys. We have an energetic but passionate department, and the new people coming on, replacing some of the guys who are retiring, shows a lot of good outlook for our future. He's here obviously with a bunch of family, and both him and Jeremy are finishing up training. Everything's going well with that, and we're looking forward to seeing them both in the room here soon. Jeremy is another East Lake kid that we got, and he went to North, so he made the better decision. Jeremy recently did the career day for Longfellow. Longfellow requested him because he was the first person to go to their school to become an East Lake police officer. So a little bit more, to show those kids not only you can do the job, but people that went through the same classes they did, and the school got a pretty big kick out of that. I've known his father for a while. Father was a former Cleveland, current Brantford police officer. So there should be no rude awakenings for Jeremy as far as what the job entails, because the hours and the shifts, having family, just like Mr. DeFranco, to have people in safety forces to be able to rely on when you go to the car accidents and the suicides, and there's a lot of mental things that we in the past didn't really work on much. The new law enforcement and fire, we do a lot better with that. But to have those people in your own along the way, and it'll help them out a lot. Jeremy's also in the Ohio Army National Guard, so, these are, third, fourth person that we've had working both. The city's always been a patriotic city, and it's nice that the mayor and, everyone supports that. We have, some absences at times and support both the service troops and the, safety forces troops. So to save them some, I'll have them get sworn in at the same time, the mayor did it.
Because I'm not gonna make a do it. Firefighter. I, Murad Adam Sullivan. I, Murad Adam Sullivan. Solemnly swear. Do solemnly swear. Or I will affirm. That I will support. The Constitution laws. The Constitution laws of the United States of America. Of the United States of America. The Constitution laws. The Constitution laws of the state of Ohio. Of the state of Ohio. And the ordinances of the city of Eastlake. And the ordinances of the city of Eastlake. To the best of my ability. To the best of my ability. Will discharge the duties. Will discharge the duties. Of the office. Of the office. Of police patrol officer. Of police patrol officer. For the city of Eastlake. For the city of Eastlake.
The police officers have this part a little easier now, where, you don't have to thread the needle and, the department is, but.
I, Jeremy Nagy. Do solemnly swear. Or affirm. That I will support. The Constitution. Of the United States of America. The Constitution. Of the state of Ohio. Ordinance of the city of Eastlake. To the best of my ability. Discharge the duties. Of the office. Police patrol officer. For the city of Eastlake.
Again, to just reiterate a little bit about what the fire chief said, these guys will grow up with, Mr. DeFranco, and they'll, like the same, like Chief Skinner, me, Chief Whittington, you know, as the old guys get older, the younger guys come and the relationships continue. We do have a strong safety force here. Pretty much every Saturday and Sunday, a couple of cops are over at the fire department eating breakfast. We support each other on the road, and it's important that I think we try to maintain that. So look forward to the future of both agencies and appreciate the council allowing us to do this so all you guys could share this as well. So thank you.
Calling this regular council meeting for June 13, 2023, order at 7:23. Ms. Schmidt, please lead us in the pledge of allegiance. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, please call the roll.
Here. Mr. Myers. Ms. Graham.
Here.
Ms. Schmidt. Here. Mr. Overstreet.
Here.
Mr. Sonic.
Here.
Mr. Shaw.
Here. Is there a motion to approve the agenda for the regular council meeting June 13, 2023?
So moved.
Is there a second? Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Graham.
Yes.
Mr. Sonic. Mr. Katsounis.
Yes.
Mr. Myers. Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet.
Yes.
Mr. Cotton.
Yes, motion carried. Agenda is approved. Is there a motion to approve the minutes for the regular council meeting of May 23, 2023? Is there a second?
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Sonic.
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Ms. Graham.
Abstain.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet.
Yes.
Mr. Cotton.
Yes, motion carried. Minutes are approved. Next, scheduled council as a whole committee meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, June 27, 2023 at 7 p.m. The regular council meeting immediately follow adjournment of the council as a whole committee meeting. There are no motions at this time. Move on to committee reports. We had an ordinance committee meeting, Mr. Overstreet.
Yeah, the purpose of this meeting was to set the specifications for commercial charging stations for electric vehicles. And with that, we'll open for questions.
Are there any questions from Mr. Overstreet? Seeing none. Move to recognition of the public. Floor is now open to recognition of the public. To remind speakers that all remarks will be directed to the chair and will not involve personality and are limited to 3 minutes per person, 30 minutes total. Remind all speakers that the order, and will be professional, will be as to the first on the list. We have Monica. Speaker, address and state your name, please.
I'm Monica Marcel, 34741, East Boulevard, Ohio, 44995.
Thank you.
I'm here again, I think it's fabulous that we just had the police and fire candidates sworn in here. I think it's fabulous, and I think it's great that we put police back in the police. However, I'm extremely disappointed in the fact that we have a sitting member of council who has some serious accusations against him right now, which to me says that how on earth can we claim the back of blue when we have someone in a criminal process representing our community? Back of blue means that we support our police and the hard work that they do to keep our children and our families safe. And by having a person on council sitting here in front of us today, after I heard at council a couple of weeks ago that he would have no forward-facing or public-facing duties and would be excused from council meetings for a while, and to see him sitting here today is just disconcerting for me as a mom. I'm very concerned. I'm glad that I didn't participate in the community garage sale when I found out that his name was attached to someone to contact. I said, this is not something that I want for my family. I've encouraged my neighbors to do the same. I'm extremely disappointed in all of you that by your sitting here today, allowing you to sit here today, you're tacitly agreeing that solicitation is acceptable in our city. And for me personally, it's not acceptable in my city, and I'm sure she doesn't believe it's acceptable, and I know numerous parents think that it's not acceptable. I want you to really think about the kids and the families that you represent. If they're under 18, they can't vote, they don't have a say. It's up to us as grown-ups to keep them safe. I'm not saying that he doesn't have a place in our city. That's not for me to say. I don't even think that he necessarily has to be our council. I do think, however, that he should be suspended immediately and have no public facing duty until the court has decided what the appropriate plan of action is. As a taxpayer, I can't believe that we are continuing to pay somebody on our dollars while he's in the criminal justice system. I'm concerned about that. I watched as Mayor Morley just swore in people taking an oath to the Constitution. The Constitution of the United States of America says that gross misconduct is unacceptable for an elected official. And I would think that as a parent, and as a teacher, and as an educator, and as a general, pretty good human being, I would think that solicitation is gross misconduct. So I want you to think about that, and think about what we're doing to the kids, and to our police, when we're saying, you know, this is okay here, it's fine, no big deal, nothing to see here. It's a bigger problem, and I just want you to think about that going forward.
Thank you. Next, we have Melissa. State your name and address, please.
Melissa Jones, 1019 Baker Road, Ohio, Florida.
Thank you.
So, I'm your mother, I'm really sorry, I came out of bad night therapy. So, I have like 5 kids, so I'm not, they're not here, but it's a family that lost their loved one like 30 years ago. I'm trying to be cordial and respectful, and not take anything away from that. And I'm not trying to minimize things through years. I'm not trying to do any of that. And I do understand we took the ordinance about high school drugs. I have my kids, they go from 24 to 3. So my older kids have their license drugs to do it. I have their license drugs, but I didn't do it. No, I was forced on it when I was younger. Now, you have your ice cream truck on through there. If you get my ice cream truck, that's like, okay, well, we're going to have a really big time, which I agree with. And we have 2 guys working on it, which I think is really difficult, one with the box on it. I mean, that's all their money into it, and the taxes, and like, pay $500,000, whatever insurance thing. And, like, can't play music, and I just drive on the road and hope that 2023 will be really get kids outside. I can't see driving down the road tonight. I'm not, it feels so bad. You imagine losing that. So I would be standing there for my, if I would want to. You know what I mean? So I totally get all of that. But it's nice for your truck. Our kids are lost so much. You know what I mean? They keep getting them up, playing work, because you're I'm probably sleeping outside, so it's freaking out right now. You can't wait for the kids out of the work because you don't know where it is, right? You don't know who's around. I'm 41 years old, and my curfew was a street light. And didn't nobody try to do anything to me. Nobody tried to shoot me up or anything. Didn't try to shoot me up. Now, my 3-year-old daughter, I'm scared her to leave my side. You know what I mean? So, we as parents, as far as the ice cream truck, right? As far as the ice cream truck, go with your kids. Make sure the kids are safe. You know what I mean? And really tough music, just like, even when it comes like the company, here comes the ice cream man, like whatever, jingle ball, something, just give these kids something, because they can really go and hit it with their friends anymore, when everybody's driving anywhere, because you don't know if they're gonna make it there.
Thank you. Next is Carolyn. Name and address, please. You say your name and address, please, for the record.
My name is Carolyn Winslow, and I live at 911 Court in East Ohio. Mr. President, and members of the council, and everyone else here, I am here to announce an event that we have coming up in April, because I have lost a child as a result of human trafficking discrimination, and I am a co-founder and the secretary of the nonprofit Alliance Against Human Trafficking, which is a 501c3. We are co-hosting with GSWC Ohio Youth Cyclist Club, a school resource officer and a school safety officer much like the teacher who is charged with, gross sexual misconduct, sexual battery at North High School and South High School recently. There was recently a human trafficking case with 10 men arrested. Human trafficking requires the men and women, it can be facilitated even by children, which is bad. But of the 10 that were arrested, one was a former superintendent for the city of Westlake, another was a middle school teacher. So I'm here to tell you that human trafficking is here in Ohio, it's here in Lake County, it's here in Northeast Ohio, and it's not acceptable. It's illegal, it's against the law, it is dehumanizing, and I am here to spread awareness. So joining me on July 19th from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. here at Eastlake will be Mrs. Modesta Howard, the Director of the Ohio Human Trafficking Initiative from the Office of the Ohio Attorney General Davies, Sergeant Gerald Involvey, who is the Community Outreach Liaison for the Lake County Sheriff's Office, which has 2 detectives on the Northeast Ohio Human Trafficking Task Force, because we have a problem here in Lake County. Alicia Lay, who is not only the Survivor Advisory Council Coordinator for the Collaborative to End Human Trafficking, she now works full-time for a global alliance of survivors, is international, and recently traveled to Washington, D.C. Amber Thomas is the Chief Clinical Officer for Crossroads Health.
Wait, last 10 seconds.
Okay, Crossroads Health is in our schools. And we're also going to have 2 bilingual trauma therapists who will talk about trauma-informed response. And I hope you can all join me. And if it's okay with you, Mr. President, I'd like to hear.
Okay, you can just set on the table right in front of you. Thank you. Thank you. That concludes the list. Anybody else want to address council? Seeing none. Move on to legislation proposed. The clerk, please read legislation number 061301.
An ordinance to reappropriate for the expenses of the city of Eastlake, state of Ohio, for the period beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2023, and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules requiring second reading and reading in full?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet?
Yes.
Mr. Kasinga?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Kreniak?
Yes.
Mr. Summer? Mr. Sutton?
Yes, the motion is denied.
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet?
Yes.
Mr. Kasinga?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Kreniak?
Yes.
Mr. Summer?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes, motion carried, legislation adopted. Clerk, please read legislation 061302.
A resolution authorizing and directing the mayor and director of finance to purchase the 2023 Ford F-250, F-250, SRW, F-2B, XL, 4WD, regular cab, 8-foot box truck from Classic Fleet for a total amount of $46,552 and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate readings and reading in full?
So moved.
Is there a second? Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Kreniak?
Yes.
Mr. Summer?
Yes.
Mr. Kasinga?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes, motion to adopt.
So moved.
Is there a second? Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Kreniak?
Yes.
Mr. Summer? Mr. Kasinga?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes, motion carried, legislation is adopted. Clerk, please read legislation 061303.
An ordinance amending chapter 155, employment provisions and compensation of the codified ordinances of the city of Eastlake to read as such and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules requiring separate reading and reading in full?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Kreniak?
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet?
Yes.
Mr. Kasinga?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Summer? Mr. Sutton?
Yes, is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Kreniak?
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet?
Yes.
Mr. 9, with this item and certifying that there are unpaid bills for shore structure permit and engineering costs owed to the city of Eastlake, and authorizing and directing the Lake County Auditor to place these bills on the tax duplicate for collection of payment and declaring an emergency.
The motion to suspend the rule requires separate readings and readings in full.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
The clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Krania.
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet.
Yes.
Mr. Katsounik.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mr. Sonic. Mr. Swanton.
Yes, the motion is adopted.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
The clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Krania.
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet.
Yes.
Mr. Katsounik.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mr. Sonic. Mr. Swanton.
Yes, motion carried, legislation is adopted. The clerk, please read legislation 061305.
A resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the city of Willoughby for implementing the payment procedure for the Willoughby East Lake WPCC belt filter press replacement project and declaring an emergency.
The motion to suspend the rule requires separate readings and readings in full.
So moved.
Is there a second? The clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Krania.
Yes.
Mr. Sonic. Mr. Katsounik.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet. Mr. Swanton.
Yes, the motion to adopt.
So moved.
Is there a second? The clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Krania.
Yes.
Mr. Sonic. Mr. Katsounik.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet.
Yes.
Mr. Swanton.
Yes, motion carried, legislation is adopted. The clerk, please read legislation 061306.
An ordinance amending the WPCC agreement now includes the 15th amendment, which pertains to section 5, closed loop operation and maintenance costs and equipment replacement funds, and will allow it to read as such and declaring an emergency.
The motion to suspend the rule requires separate readings and readings in full.
So moved.
Is there a second? The clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Krania.
Yes.
Mr. Sonic. Mr. Katsounik.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet.
Yes.
Mr. Swanton.
Yes, the motion to adopt.
Yes.
Is there a second? The clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Krania.
Yes.
Mr. Sonic. Mr. Katsounik.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet.
Yes.
Mr. Swanton.
Yes, motion carried, legislation is adopted. The clerk, please read legislation number 061307.
A resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the city of Willoughby for implementing the payment procedure for the Willoughby East Lake WPCC water main replacement project and declaring an emergency.
The motion to suspend the rule requires separate readings and readings in full.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
The clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Krania.
Yes.
Mr. Sonic. Mr. Katsounik.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet.
Yes.
Mr. Swanton.
Yes, is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Is there a second? The clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Krania.
Yes.
Mr. Sonic.
Yes.
Mr. Katsounik.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet.
Yes.
Mr. Swanton.
Yes, motion carried, legislation is adopted. The clerk, please read legislation 061308.
An ordinance amending the WPCC agreement now includes the 17th amendment, which pertains to section 5, closed list operation and maintenance costs and equipment replacement fund, and will allow it to read as such and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate readings and readings in full?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Krania.
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mr. Katsounik.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet.
Yes.
Mr. Sonic.
Yes.
Mr. Swanton.
Is there a motion to adopt?
Yes.
Is there a second?
Second.
The clerk, please call the roll.
Ms. Krania.
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mr. Katsounik.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet.
Yes.
Mr. Sonic. Mr. Swanton.
Yes, motion carried, legislation is adopted. No legislation pending at this time. No unfinished business, no new business. We'll move to our administrative reports. Start with our mayor. Mayor Moore.
Thank you, Mr. President, and welcome to this evening's meeting, everyone. A few things Kevin and I discussed today. Everyone should thank us for the rain that's coming, because we're gonna start doing the roads, and obviously with the rain, we didn't start the roads this week, so, we also have our first concert Thursday, from 5 to 7, the Feast of 8, also the car show. We've been putting up the schedule, and we end up going down Pine Street. All the businesses handing out the schedule. Miracle opens up on Saturday. I believe we're gonna have the opening day ceremony at 11. The games we between 9 and 5 every week. With the amount of kids they have, they have 192 that will be in the Miracle League this year. Continues to grow every year. We've also got a lot of donations towards the Miracle League, and just do a shout out to Mike Piper and Becky Bosworth and all the volunteers of the Miracle League to put in countless hours up there to keep that league going. The kids and the young adults and the older adults love the Miracle League. Like I said, if you're having a bad day, go up there on a Saturday and Wednesday, just watching them, how much they enjoy the game. Also, met with Randy Roethlisberger from the county on the water line. So on 357, they did get the bids in. They were checking on a couple things before they set that bid on 357. Once we get a schedule on that, we'll put it out. Tom and I attend a pre-construction meeting for Vine Street. They will probably most likely start the main work after the 4th of July. They have some free things to do, but that will end. We'll go all the way to Wednesday, 12/6. So, like I said, Vine Street, between Vine Street, Waverly, and 357. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of construction. There's also, we've been waiting on tablets for Bay Shore and Shorehand. So, a couple of residents are starting to get restless about that. And as I said before, sometimes when we don't do anything, we get less phone calls when we do something. Because when we do something, there's always the roads are tore up and that, and we have to go around. So we get more complaints when we do the work than when we don't. So I just think that's just something to throw out there. I've had a chance over the last few weeks to go visit some of our businesses. We should have some things. I've been talking to Dave, and Jude's been working with me for some economic development. We're going to have 2 or 3 of our manufacturing events this year. If not by the end of the year, beginning next year, expanding. Seems like all our manufacturers in the cities are doing better than they have. Actually have a meeting set up here in a couple of weeks with another one that's going to grow. So it's been good. I had a chance to go to Buckeye Roof today. They are 130 employees. Eventually, they're going to probably expand also. But it's been good for our manufacturing. So that concludes my report. I'm open for questions.
Any questions from the mayor? If not, we move on to our fire chief, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, I definitely appreciate you guys letting us do that. Those kids go through a lot, and their families need to be part of that. You guys do something to them too, so I definitely appreciate it. Thanks for talking to Paul, the new ordinances too. I know that Paul and Dave work real hard to try to stay on top of everything that happens in the city. So, be aware of the different changes that are happening in society. So I appreciate Dave all working on you guys see them. You might have noticed the front pads getting done in the fire station, which we're all very, very happy. It's moving very well. They've done a great job. It's moving around real well. We've had to make a couple of adjustments for coming out of the back of the station, but that doesn't hinder anything that's waiting for us. But again, I appreciate everything.
Any questions for the chief? Really? There you go, on. We move on to our police chief, right?
The only other thing I had to add is, we had that back blue rally on Sunday. Phone count about 130 to 135, mostly motorcycles, and a couple of trucks and, other supporters in there. One of our auxiliaries, his wife, made 4 quilts and had a raffle and donated $630 to, a couple different, she has a couple different ideas for it to go to. That's really heartwarming to have people in the community put forth their own effort and, give that money to us to use it, for different things. So, Sunday went well. We are happy with the turnout and, overwhelmed by the support. That's all I have.
Any questions for the chief? Seeing none, on to our chief building official, Mr. Mann.
Yeah, all I got is, as you see, fall is just about in. They should be opening shortly. But
actually attempting tomorrow morning to pave 330th. The other 4 streets are milled. We have some base repairs to do on 349 Thursday and Friday. Hoping for the fabric on possibly Saturday and Monday, Tuesday, weather permitting, we'll be paving the remainder of the streets that are milled.
Any questions for them? So, seeing none, we're on to the engineer's order.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of council, Mr. Mayor, I believe the mayor covered the road programs and Waverly, so with that, I'm open for questions.
Any questions for Stuart? Seeing none, to the finance director, Mr. Dell.
Thank you. I have nothing additional over and above the legislation, so thank you very much for that, and I'm open for questions.
Any questions? Seeing none, we move to the law director, Mr. Kramer.
Thank you, Mr. President. Open for questions.
Any questions for the law director? Seeing none. Adjourn this meeting at 7:20.
How about?